Alright, welcome back. It looks like, we just happened to come back at just the right time. You can see the sun starting to come up over the mountains there, and you may have just seen it. There was a thunderstorm that came through. It looks to be cleared up though, so we are not going to have to be recording this in the rain. So, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've gotten done so far. So, we've got, obviously, the standard stuff we've had before. Let's come in here, and one of the things you'll see here, I went and set up a couple of, and apparently I didn't actually set them up properly. I thought I had. Oh, I did, okay. They just haven't triggered yet, I guess. A couple of event controllers for power maintenance. I also have gone, we'll go this way real quick. And if we go up, which I know it's a little bit dark, sorry, apologies. So we come up here into the daylight. You can see here I've started putting up the roof. Started welding it up. I welded up some of the strut supports going up to the roof here. And if we come through here, I have created a passageway up onto the roof so that we can start looking and seeing what we have here. Now, the next big thing that everybody's dying to know about is where do we stand on the refinery. So the refinery is functionally complete in terms of having power and such, but is not obviously fully welded up. I left these walls off here and over there for reasons. One of them is the fact that I still need to get a bunch of superconductors so I can build all these yield modules, and I don't want to carry those by hand. I have on here though, let's get in here, turn on the lights just so it's a little bit easier. There we go. Turn on the lights so it's a bit easier to see. We have an oxygen module, or H2 gen oxygen tank, and then we have a small hydrogen tank, and we have 1, 2, 3 hydrogen engines, a reactor that is incomplete due to the fact that I cannot make reactor components, and then we have gyroscope and some AI blocks here, a flight, a task, and a remote control block, as well as our batteries here. Obviously the battery you can see here is fully depleted in 23 hours. So we got plenty of power, but we have refineries up. This here will be a little rest area. Haven't figured out how I want it to be, like a little break room, if you will. And then the colors this way, I know they're a bit, mustard and ketchup type flavors and such, but the yellow is for ores, the red is for hydrogen, the white and this pink here are where some non-ores can go through. So this being this way, so that, or not non-hydrogen, but hydrogen and ingots, I should say. So once I get uranium, if I ever do, this will be getting the uranium, and the conveyor will help with that. Come back down here, and we have access to all this. Haven't painted everything yet. Still gonna figure out the full paint scheme for the exterior, but this is where we're at. All well and good, but now the top. The top is this. So there's no need to dock anything up to this. It is such a thing that you fly over it, you dump your resources out and fly back to where you're going. You can probably, most of this mining ships can make several trips before having to dock up to recharge, so it's not a big deal. And so that's what we have here. All of this here allows you to have like multiple ships dropping simultaneously by having this much space. So hopefully maybe I can get some drones or something set up to do mining for me. I went ahead and actually, because I have the refinery, I tested it out by refining up some silver. And as a result, if you come over here and we go in Command Center, we check out their silver, I now have a medical room. So the medical facilities are functional and good to go. And so now I just need to sit here and figure out the rest of the design, but we're getting there. Now, however, though, in order to be able to better flesh out everything, I've got a few things I need to do. One, I need better power management. Two, I need a manufacturing plant, aka a bunch of assemblers. And three, I need a way to link everything together. So, knowing all those things, I think our next major point that we want to do is going to be it's going to want to be our the power functionality and getting all that linked together. So we'll want to make a power plant, because I don't think I'm going to need a power plant or the assemblers for anything I need a power plant for. Let's see here. I don't need power plants for those things. I do need assemblers for this. So if I'm going to put reactors in there, I would need that. However, I don't have uranium. The way I'm going to get it is to raid other things. So that's not needed. Let's check out weapons. I can build all of these things. I cannot build a railgun, but I can. Build all the autocannons and everything else with this. So what we'll need to do is figure out, is there anything that I absolutely need from there. Now obviously I'm going to need an assembler at some point in order to build these modules, because the gravity components, field emitters, I can't do those with my current setup, so I need those for this. I don't think there's anything special in terms of units and components outside of that. So yeah, gravity components and superconductors, I'll need those for. I don't think. Yeah, I guess I need the assembler for these turrets as well. So I will need to make a assembler for turrets. Oof, I can't make a warhead without reactor components too. So I will need the assembler at some point, but I think first off, I need to figure out a way to deal with power. And right now, without uranium to reliably generate a lot of power, and without, I don't want to do a wind tower. I could do wind towers. They're not hard. They're not complicated. They don't, take up a lot of time, but they do take up space, and they have to be substantially tall enough. So let's see here. What do I want to do? Let's look at the power pieces again. They're going to be up here somewhere, I think. The ones I'm looking for, or not. Guess they're not part of progression at all. Oh, they're there. Does it tell me how much it generates? No. Okay. Oh, then let's see here. 8. Doesn't tell me. Wait. Alright, so let's see here. Larger wind turbine, about 500 kilowatts, and I don't have. I have a larger solar panel to test against. Not constructed at least, so let's get some steel plates from somewhere. This is what I get for not putting cargo access outside the ship. Give me one of these, please. Let's see here. Just real quickly. Toss it right there. Oof, I'm not gonna get a good angle on this, but let's see. Will it tell me how much power it'll generate if I look at the thing? No, it just tells me max is 0 because it's not constructed. It's a lot of resources. Let me see how much this will cost. Get those going. We're only at 3 pips. Come on. 4 pips. So let's say 150 kilowatts. So 150 kilowatts for that. Versus 500 kilowatts for a wind turbine. Well, if we do a solar tower, say over there, we can make a solar tower or system and send it back this way, and maybe have it like branch off and go over this way to the refinery as well. And part of the base of the tower, we could put a bunch of batteries to recharge the batteries as well. You know what? I wanted to use the new solar controllers or stuff, so let's go. Let's put it like, say, about here. 1, 2, 3. And again, I'm trying to avoid building things that are genuinely static grids, in the sense that I don't want them to be grids that are expected to be a permanent infrastructure, if you will. So this is what we're going to build. We're going to build our battery base with a large solar tower on top, and off the battery base will be basically power lines of, you know, going out to go in different directions. And then once I get the gold refining going, I can, you know, get a manufacturing plant, maybe say over there, like over in this area, and we'll go from there. So let me go ahead, get this started up here, and I'll see you all back here in a little bit for you, hopefully before the sun goes from there to there. Alright, welcome back, and as you can see, we're getting a beautiful sunrise here. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll it this way, and we're going to take a look at our solar tower. This is the solar tower in its basic system. You know, it's obviously not a full huge one, it's just a basic startup. I haven't decided if I want to extend it up another one or extend it down, like put another ones here, kind of overlap the hinge a little bit, or if I want to go out another set of solar panels. But you can see here we have the camera, the hinge, the rotor. We're taking advantage of the custom turret controller and the ability to have it always point at the sun. Once that's done, we're using that to charge all these lovely batteries. So we have 6 on this wall, 5 on this wall, giving us a total of 9 batteries in here. So this is like a power bank, if you will. So looking here, solar panels are putting out 160 kilowatts each. All of them. So, you know, 6 times 160. Let's see here. What, 126? Or, sorry, 1260 is what it's going to be. So, not bad. Not bad. 1.2, almost a little over 1.25 megawatts of power, or about 1.25 megawatts of power in here. So, not a ton of power, but for one simple building that I can then sit here, I've already blueprinted it. I can put several more down and around, scatter them around, divide up the power. So all that's left now is to consider our, you know, connection points. How are we going to connect everything up? You can see here I've got an umbilical here. There's an umbilical on the command center, and if I come down here, you can see here it's a mag plate down to a little cross here, but we can delete that all off and move on. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit here and plan out the towers. I think the towers are going to be just fixed locations. So the question is, how tall do I want to make the towers? Let's see here. My inventory is just construction components. So let's go over here and get some other resources. Steel plates. I don't have any steel plates. Interior plates. I have some of those. You know what? Give me some of these. Give me steel. And here we go. So, seriously, it's raining again. Alright, so. Alright, let's see here. Ow. Let's see here. Let's go with interior plates. Right. Let's see here. Here we go. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see here. 4, 1. 1 conveyor junction. Alright. And now I need to turn this back on because I do not remember where I put my hinges. There they are. Alright, so hinge. And oh, hold on a second. Turn on the hinge. Turn on the hinge lock. Put another hinge. And then oh, whoops. Oh well. Alright. Hinge lock. And hinge lock. That's just a hinge lock. Alright. So unfortunately that puts a damper on things, but I don't want to divide things down anymore. So what I'm going to do as a temporary. You know what? No. I'm going to cut stuff out anyway. Temporary is not. Just to make sure. Okay. Alright. Hinge lock on. Hinge lock on. Hinge lock on. Alright. Pistons. Where did I put my pistons? Do I have any pistons? No. If I could spell piston, that'd be great. There we go. Piston. Alright. So that and this. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. This is gonna be going all the way like this. I'm gonna have one of these going out each side, and it's gonna be used to latch things together. I might like launch this off, remove all of this, and land it so that it can dock in itself. But if you come in here real quick and you look, there is a remote control right here. So I can do a remote control and fly this off if I need to. But this is going to be the plan. And there's going to be, like I said, 4 of them. And there might, and these towers are going to be how everything connects together. They're going to be the Achilles heel, if you will, the design. It's designed to just, you know, you disconnect that from all of them and they just go, you know. So let's see how it goes and go from there. All right, this needs to be down. And so I'll get these designed out and built out, and we'll see if that works and how well it works for us. And once it's done, and we might have a couple towers going off that way that we can branch things off of, and we'll use the towers for the purposes of connecting our base up, getting power, distributing parts and things around, and then and such. So I will get these built out and laid out to get at least the power and command center linked together, and then we will get more towers built for that. But I will see you in a little while when I get back after building these out and getting them connected to there, so you guys can see it in action, and then we'll see how it all works. So until then, I'll see you. Hopefully, again, not in the rain. Okay, so we just had the first major incident I know of arise with this Parallax encounter right after I finished connecting up the command center to the solar tower. This guy decided he wants to show up, and the problem is that's relatively close, perilously close, I feel, to where my iron and nickel are that I'm currently using. I don't know how close you have to be to trigger that, but flying within 5k is not fun. But as you can see here, we have got this connected. I did have to move the command center over, so you can see here we're not over here as nice and neatly as we were in front that way. I backed it up a little bit, but was able to get it within range so that the full extended piston here allows it to create the umbilical. We have this tower here, and then I just turned and scooted this forward a little bit because didn't have power really on here until I decided to just build something really quickly, solar panel, and lifted it up, and I was like, because I couldn't feel comfortable trying to move this closer without ramming it off of this pad here. You can see it's already at an angle. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna ram off the pad and then I'm gonna crash it and then I'm gonna be a loss of resources. So I kind of took the coward's way out and just figured I'd scrap a single solar panel. Just threw it on there real quick at the start of the day. But you can see here, the sun is setting. We've got our solar panels tower here. We've got the command center. So now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start moving and building these towers out far enough out so that we can have one out that way, and we'll start building some of them out this way to where I can get the refinery connected up, and then out there next time we'll start the assembly. And I think I'm going to surprise you guys with a small little craft that I can use to scout around flying for the express purposes of scouting. But all that will be coming up next time when we finally finish connecting the base pieces together and get ourselves some actual standard assemblers instead of the basic ones we currently have today. And then I guess we'll have to make the decision. Does this little starter base that I had created, does it stay? Or does it go? Do I grind it down? Let's figure that out and see what we can see. I'll see you, and I will see you next time. Okay, so I just realized I forgot to do something for you guys. I was going to show you guys the refinery receiving all the ores for the collectors. So let's do that now. I just picked up some silver, and you can see here it's dropping silver off. Just drops it off, let it go, and relatively quickly it's emptied out and you're good to go. And honestly, it's about as quickly as it takes you to dock up and then manually transfer everything, or even use the sorter to drain it out, because it's a sorter that drains it out. It's already done. That was some silver. Just figured I'd get some more since I'd need it for any future medical components as well as reactor parts. So, okay, that being said, I'm popping back out, and I will see you next time.